Alright guys, I'm putting together one of my wipes cases for my nursery. I have never made one of these before. I have watched the videos on YouTube of how to make the travel cases, but for some reason, instead of starting with this one, I am going to start with this one. Actually, I do have a reason. I have some leftover fabric from the nursery of the things my mom's made, and I want to make sure that this matches the nursery, so I wanted to get this all cut out and made first, because since this one's just going to be in my diaper bag, I can really have it any fabric, so that's why. So I'm going to make this one. Now, I've already pre-cut all my stuff that I figure I'm going to need. I started with, I'm sorry, my focus is going to go in and out because it's so close. I started with the top part, and I cut out a piece of batting that will sit on top. It barely overlaps just a little bit, just mainly because I want just a little bit of a rounded edge. I don't want to have a lump up here. So I cut out a little piece of batting to go on top. I do need to actually go through and clip the corners a bit because I don't want them hanging down. Okay, and then I cut the fabric for the top, which is going to be this one. And if you can see a little bit, it does dip down just a touch. It's not the best because it's going to be covered by ribbon. But I did want to make sure that when it comes to this flap in the front, I can at least glue it to that part. And then I cut a piece of ribbon, which I have here, that will go all the way around. It's the length to go all the way around. And my accent to go across the top is going to be my stars, and I'll put that across the top. And then, so I have all that for the top. I have my hot glue gun here. It's warming up, and it's starting to drip. I'm going to put another piece of fabric underneath there that I'm not going to use. I might use that. Hold on. I'll put this one underneath. Okay, so then for around the bottom, I cut more batting to go around. I did just the length, enough to get tucked up in there, and enough just to glue underneath, but nothing extra. And then the fabric for the front, I'm doing another little detailed, so I cut this fabric, and I left a little space in the front. This is not going to be a really good quality video because I'm actually going to glue some more stars in the front here, which I cut, and I cut little brown ribbons, which I'm going to edge it down like that. And then, even though it's not going to be seen, just to make the edges look better and to blend it all in, I did cut a brown ribbon to go around the top here too. So, I'm going to start by doing the bottom part. And I'm going to start with the batting. I want to make sure that my seam goes to the back. So I'm going to lay this across. And I guess I'm just going to put some glue down just to secure it. Where'd my glue sticks go? Not a lot, just enough to secure it. And go ahead and just get this put down. And then I'll wrap it around. And I'm going to do the same thing back here. And then this is a touch too long, so I'm going to trim that off. And glue some down here. So that's secure. I didn't do it a lot around the top because I want to make sure my fabric's secure up here. So I just really wanted that just to be able to stay in place. I'm going to go through and trim the bottom off. There's a little bigger there. And now I'm going to get my fabric. Now this fabric, I want to make sure that I'm gluing it along the top so that it stays in place. This can, it's going to be secured by the fabric. So I just put that glue down just to hold it there. Now I am starting from the front here because I want the piece, I have that gap in the front for where this is going to go. And so I'm going to start with my glue. Basically, I'm going to put a little dab right here in this corner to put this down. And I'm going to go along the edge and slowly glue this down, making sure it's all the way up to the edge. To make sure you're able to see that. Okay. So I'm going right along the edge, putting a gob of glue, not a lot, just a little. And now I'm going to place that there. Perfect. See if that will focus if I stop moving. I wish I could move it up a little bit. There we go. So now I'm basically going to do it just all the way around. Kind of letting that dry a little bit because I really don't want that to come undone. Because if that comes undone, then everything else is going to come undone. Oh, my bills are fine. Okay, so I'm going to do the rest around. I'm making sure to keep it taut. I don't want any excess fabric going anywhere. So make sure to keep pulling it taut. All the way along the edge. Pull, pull, pull.
Yeah, I see a trail of something. What is it? It looks like a little drop of honey. Maybe whoever made the flowers left his honey.
Uh-oh, what's happening there?
Person might be able to tell us where Goofy went. Good thinking, go-getter.
A little more glue there. That side didn't take very well. Pull, pull, pull. Go back and press it down. Make sure it's took. Moved a little too fast there. I've got gluey strings.
Oh my! Wesca says there aren't any more drops of honey because he ripped them
Okay, that's better.
Oh, that's okay, sweetie. But maybe you can help them. Do you know who left the drops of Husband doesn't know where that money came from.
And we're back around to the front. Just keep, stretching that batting down. And putting the glue all the way to the top. And stretching it down.
Oh, the triangle count.
Okay, so now that I got that done around the top, now I'm going to go through and glue on the bottom. I'm basically going to start on one side, and I'm going to just pull and pull and pull and glue and glue and glue all the way around. I'm sure there's probably a more fancier way to do the bottom, but no one's ever, who's going to see it? So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to put some glue down, grab another glue stick. And I'm going to pull and push.
Well, this is no time for a flat tire. Can you fix it, Secret Spy Daisy? Sorry, Captain Clarabelle. I have lots of secret spy gadgets, but nothing to blow up a flat tire.
And to get a nice, because I could fold it to where it's like a present and it's going to have this lip. So I'm going to go through and just kind of pull it taut and put some glue underneath here. So it's more curved around the edge, like this.
Can a heavy fishing rod or a giant slide blow up a flat tire? I don't think so. That means it's time for the Mystery Mouse Cartoon. Everybody say Mystery Mouse Cartoon. Mystery Mouse Cartoon. What's today's Mystery Mouse Cartoon? Oh, look.
I'm working fast so that glue doesn't dry.
Good thinking. He can use his trunk to blow up the flat tire. You got ears. Say cheers.
Uh-oh, so I missed a little spot there. Like I said, I have never done this before. Figuring it out as I go. No biggie. No one's going to see the bottom. I'm leaving the front for first because that's the part that most people are going to see. So I'm leaving it for last because I want to make sure that that is laying the prettiest.
And our car will never fit. It's too long. How will we get it across? Why don't we pick another musketeer?
Okay.
Everybody say, oh, toodles! Oh, Well, all that's left is a handy fishing rod and a giant slide.
And then I'm going to pull in that corner and glue that corner down.
I know. We can use the slide like a bridge. It'll be wide enough, and then we can drive across. We've got ears saying cheers.
Like that. I might go back and just put a piece of fabric over the top of this. So I'm going to do this last side and this last corner, and then we're going to start video number 2 because this is just going to take too long. All right.